Hello, this is my report, and this is my grandfather named Michael Palermo. I am doing him on my report, and I know some about him, so I think he's gonna be really interesting. Hi, Poppy.
Hello, Evan.
So the first question is, when and where were you born?
I was born in Jamestown, New York
And
on January 1st, 1951.
Did you have any brothers or sisters?
I have 3 sisters and a brother.
Named?
Marie, Kathy, Chris, and Nina.
Good. When did you get married?
I got married in 1971 on February 2nd in Faulkner, New York.
Do you have any children or grandchildren?
I have two sons, Michael and Andrew. I have 4 grandchildren,
Me,
Eliana,
my sister,
Evan, Sam,
my cousin,
and Lauren.
my cousin. Where did you go to school?
I went until I was in 9th grade to Cassadaga Valley, and from 10th grade till I graduated was in Faulkner, New York.
Okay. What was different about school when you were young than it is today?
We had dress codes. We could not wear jeans. We had to dress up every day, not shirt and tie, but we couldn't wear jeans. We had to dress. Girls had to wear skirts,
Yeah,
no pants.
some people have to still do that. My sister's friend named Addison, she has to wear a dress code too. But all I know is you can't have fashion statement. You can't judge anybody by their clothes, or else you get insulted. What was your first job and how much were you paid?
My first job, I worked for my grandma.
And how much did she pay you?
Well, my one grandma, I worked in her store, and I made $2 a day, delivering groceries and stocking shelves.
Wow, $2 a day. That sure puts bread on the table.
And my other grandparents, I worked in their restaurant, and I made $1.25 an hour.
Whoa, that's enough to get you about 5 gumballs.
But that was good money back then.
Oh. What was your... Wrong question. What career did you choose?
I became a meat cutter.
That sure puts bread on the table, or I should say meat.
Yep.
Did you have any pets?
We had one dog. His name was Pepper.
And how old was he?
Well, when we had to put him down, he was 13 years old.
I'll do the math later to see how old he is in dog days. What was your favorite thing to do as a child?
Play. I used to hunt. I enjoyed hunting.
Yeah, I might tell him a story about you when you were a kid. It is just hilarious.
Shooting woodchuck from my bedroom window. Is that what?
He literally woke up everybody in his family. They had a heart attack. They were in the middle like 3 o'clock in the morning. What the heck was that?
5 o'clock in the morning.
5 o'clock in the morning. What the heck is that? Oh, I'm gonna kill that guy. What do you have in your home today that you did not have when you were growing up?
3 TVs.
Well, like a 60-inch TV.
Yeah.
What was your favorite experience with your family as you were growing up? Vacations, family, outgoings, ECT.
Family reunions. We had them once a year.
What did you do in them?
We went to this place called Spencer's Barns, and all the Palermos would come, and we'd play games, and different games and stuff.
So kind of like a fair, like a county personal fair?
Well, yeah. Kids played games, the adults played games.
Okay. What is a memory that stands out in your mind? Like something that happened that it's kind of different than all the other things that happened that's important to you.
I had a lot of important things, but one that stands out.
Yeah, like one that's like different from them in like a way.
When I was younger or now?
Anytime. It doesn't say really what time you had to be when that happened.
I guess when your father was born was probably a real change in my life. It was. It was a change in my life.
Now this one's
I
gonna
grew
be.
up.
Now this one's gonna be a question I want to know. Was that a good change or a bad change?
It was a good change.
Where did your ancestors come from?
Oh, my grandparent Palermo's, they came from Pennsylvania.
I thought
Um,
they came from Italy.
No, my grandmother on my mother's side came from Italy.
So it's the other way around. My mom came from Germany.
Actually, my grandparents came from Punxsutawney, Pennsylvania.
Man, that should have been a hoot on Groundhog's Day.
Yeah. The Palermo's. My
But
grandma Palermo.
your mother's parents.
My mother's mother came from Italy.
Okay.
My
just so you-
grandpa Palillo was born here.
Okay.
Oh, I thought you misspelled Palermo.
No, Palillo is my mother's name.
Oh, just so you know, my mom's Cameron. Were you in the military or in a war or your ancestors?
My father was.
Did you survive?
Yeah.
USA, USA. Are there any special photos or memories you can share with me? Or us?
Yeah, you see them all in my house.
Agreed.
As a kid, I guess playing football, and that's basically, yeah.
Okay, now here's some questions I thought of. Back then, right now, I heard that tennis is the most favorite sport in the U.S. So what would you say that back then, everybody basically loved to play? That sport was like their favorite thing to do.
Baseball, softball.
So the American sport.
Mm-hmm.
Now, did you play an instrument?
Yes, I did. I played clarinet.
Big hoop for my sister. Do you have any albums or records like my dad? Point.
No. I was just in the band.
Here's one. If you could change one thing in your child life, what would it be? One thing. Like your wish never happened because
I wish I would have went to college.
you didn't go to.
No, I didn't.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, well, none of your grandparents went to college.
Life was different back then, buddy. Our parents didn't believe in that.
Then how am I honest math?
I don't know how you're in honors math.
It doesn't matter
Okay.
if we went to college or not. Look at your grandparents. The Warners, they're very successful.
They didn't go to college either.
Well, I guess we all learned something new. Now, these days I don't like to read. I only like to read certain series. Now, when you were a kid, would you say an account from 1 to being the worst and 10 being the best that you like to read or you don't like to read? And what was your favorite types of book?
To be honest with you, I did not like reading.
On a scale of 1 to 10, like what number?
What's 10 worst?
No, 10's best. Like I love doing it. Like my sister best. Read up.
Say 2.
So you basically are like me.
But you read very well.
Mhm.
We didn't have the training you do today.
But you still probably read a little. What was a series or a type of book, a genre that you kind of like connected with you?
I used to read sports magazines and hunting magazines. I enjoyed hunting
Okay. Now
and trapping.
I got 2 more questions.
Okay.
Back then, did you this is gonna be something for my sister. Did you ever have a laptop or a device, and when did you get one?
Last year.
No, like your first laptop or your first cell phone, one way to communicate
The
with
first cell phone I got was when your dad went to college. So when was that?
What about your first laptop? Did you ever have a laptop?
Yeah, no. We didn't have laptops. There wasn't computers back then. There
And no
wasn't cell
SpongeBob
phones.
either.
There wasn't cell phones. If you needed a phone when you're out, you put a dime in a pay phone and you called home.
Now, one more question. Let's say one thing you want to know in the future. If you could pick something in the future you want to know, what would it be? For us, because...
To watch you all graduate from college.
Oh,
That's my wait.
okay. If it happens, because
It will
what
happen.
I heard, I'm starting to get kind of worried now. I'm just freaking out on the inside. You went to college, right?
I went to college. I was the first one, though.
And your dad was the first Palermo that graduated from college.
Yes. Great. Okay, so
I told your dad and your uncle, I never asked them to do anything. Around the house, I took care of everything. The only thing they had to do was go to college. But they just couldn't go to college. They had to have a major before they went to college. They had to have a goal.
like, did you make them have that, or
I
was
didn't.
it us?
I told them that was a must, and they had to do it.
Okay, is it like something you have to do in college? You have to get a goal before you go into college?
Well, they had to have a goal, a direction of where they were going in college, just not to go to college.
Okay, now one more question. My dad's a big fan of football. What would you say back then was your favorite type of football, and what was your favorite team that you could
My
remember?
favorite team was the Cleveland Browns.
So you're a fan of the NFL?
Well, yeah, I guess it was the NFL back then too.
Okay, thank you. This is my report, and just again, this is my grandfather, Michael
Chris.
Chris Palermo. Thank you.